Hey babe, what if the key to manifesting your dream wasn't doing more pushing, harder work, hustling longer? What if the secret was actually resting? I hear it all the time. Crystal, how can resting possibly help my manifestations? But let me ask you this. When was the last time you truly let yourself rest? Baby. Now, I don't mean just sleeping, the kind of rest that you get from sleeping. I mean the rest that nourishes your mind, your body, your heart, your spirit, your soul, your energetic body, internally and externally, baby. The kind of rest that just turns you to goo. When was the last time, can you even remember, the last time that you, honey, let your the entirety of every morsel of you melt into absolute goo of absolute relaxation and rest. So much more than just sleeping at night. It's the kind that clears away the clutter so your energy can actually flow 100% freely. Today, we are talking about resting being the key to your manifestations. But more than just rest, because you can't truly rest if you're stressed out. You know those moments when you wake up, you've even slept in, you've had this long, gorgeous sleep, but you still wake up and you're just exhausted. You can't even explain why. Every inch of you is burnt out. And that is happening because you are holding different types of stress in your body, and stress blocks resting, but yet resting is the key to manifesting. So let's talk about it, okay? Today on What's Your Question podcast, we were talking about how rest is the key to manifesting, and the key to resting is to decode the stress that is holding you back from that truest rest, because it is only in the moments of rest when you can find your truth of who and what you want to be or do. Manifesting is the action. Manifesting is where you decode and find the things that you don't want to do. Resting is your truth. Manifesting is the things that you don't want to do, that you discover during the action of bringing that manifestation into reality. Welcome to another episode of What's Your Question podcast. I am your host, Crystal, coming to you from Mild Artistry, where we are all about empowering your confidence by discovering and decoding and addressing the underlying issues in real life that are truly impacting your life, that are keeping you away from your grandest, most amazingness, dream life, and all those manifestations and prayers that you've been sending out into the universe, sometimes for years, but they never quite seem to come in all the way or in true fullness. Yeah. So, this is holistic becoming. And holistic becoming is not about just addressing the surface layers. It's not just about addressing the symptoms. This is not a magic pill. This is not like a prescription or something like that you would get from a doctor. I am not a doctor. If you need any professional advice, please go see a qualified professional in the particular areas you need, whether that is a therapist or a medical doctor or a masseuse or a physical therapist, whatever this might be in your life. Please go utilize all the amazing resources that we have available to us today. It is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of growth and becoming the most amazing you. Because you're willing to do the work, you're willing to take the action, you're willing to ask the questions, and you're willing to fight for your right to party, right? All right. Today's episode is on how stress is blocking your rest. That is the key, which is the key to your manifestations. And we have all that beautiful energy coming in tonight and tomorrow of the black moon energy. So we're going to talk just a smidgen about lunar living, okay? And what that means to you on an energetic level, how it's going to do all the thinky things in the brain, whether you follow this or not. It's going to affect the brain. It affects the way that you think about things, and you will see everyone else you know being affected by it, because the moon has one of the most strongest pulls on us, energetically and gravitational wise. Y'all, like, how much do you know about the tides and how it's affected by the moon? Do you know what your body is mostly made up of? Water. Yes, it has an effect on you, just from gravity, but it also has an effect on you through your eyes. Even though you close your eyes at night to sleep, the brightness or the lack of the brightness of the moon affects your sleep because of the actual light stimulation. Okay? So, are you ready? Are you ready to get into all the metaphysicals, into all the sciencey science, into all the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, the energetic aspects of how stress is showing up in your life and blocking you from truly resting, which is having a domino effect on your manifestations. So even if your manifestations are coming in, they're coming in a little bit on the wonky side. Going, okay, yes, that is what I asked for, but that's not what I meant. Yes, that is what I said, but that is not what I meant. It's like when you say something, and the moment it comes out of your mouth, it sounds really freaking dirty. And you're like, okay, that's what I said, but that's not what I meant. That's not even what I was talking about. Like, get your head out of the gutter. Like the moment it comes out of your mouth, you know it sounded bad. And yeah, that's what I said, but that's not what I meant. And to quote one of my eldest brothers, I love that line. Thank you, Blake. I use that line all the time. All right, let's dive in. Now, before we can dive into all the stress factors, first, we have to talk about how rest is the key to manifestation, because that's where everybody gets all sorts of confusing. So, rest is the key to manifesting correctly, because real manifestation, the best kind of manifestation, comes in naturally. All right? Because you've already grown and have changed your energy resonations. That's not how you say that. Words are not wording today. Bear with me. All right. You've already changed your frequencies of your energy to the same vibrations of that manifestation. So it comes in naturally. You don't exactly know the exact hows or the exactness of it. That's the beauty of letting the universe do the workies on it. But you can tailor it by being truly specific with what that manifestation truly looks like, feels like, and empowers you, like how it empowers you, how it changes, how you are different, essentially, okay? Let the details lay with the universe, because the universe knows the best way to bring it to you, because it knows all your freaky shadows. All those shadows that were all like, ooh, I can't talk about that. People might look at me funny. Y'all, I'm in a really weird mood, so y'all are welcome. You're welcome. All right. So before we dive in too much, if there's any point in time I say something during any of the podcast, please do me a favor. Jump down into the comments and let me know. If you've got questions or you find something that's really intriguing, especially if I don't go really explain it to you, please let me know because I want to help you. I will keep showing up for you if you keep showing up for you. And the best way for you to show up for you is to be active down in the comments, ask the questions, and do it from a place of curiosity. Curiosity is important. Of the, what if, what are the real possibilities of how this could possibly really affect my life? I'm just saying. All right. So if you ever have any questions or something really speaks out to you, please jump down into the comments. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. If you're not already following me along, you really should follow me along because you never know what's going to come out of this mouth because you can't even do the wordy word things today. My apologies. The wordy wordies are just not wording. And I'm in a really weird mood. So y'all be welcome. I've been doing my shadow work for the week. Whew. It's been a roller coaster. The last few weeks have been a roller coaster. But it's all good. It's all good. All right. So, rest is the key to manifesting. Because, see, this is where people get confused. Because manifesting is action. But yet I'm telling you to rest so that you can manifest. Which is really backwards thinking for most people. They're like, how am I supposed to be taking action if I'm just resting? Because when you are in a place of stagnation, isolation, and depression, and yet you're dreaming, you're praying, you're manifesting, all these things, all the same thing. They're all the same thing, just a different viewpoint. You're doing all this work going, I just really need a break. I really need my life to change. I just really need things to go right. We all have this. I was there just a couple days ago. I'm just saying. And that cycle will repeat once again in all of our lives because that's the way a healing cycle goes. It's not a straight line. Hell no, it's a... all right? It just keeps spiraling. So, y'all, you'll continue to go through these processes. So save this video and come back and re-watch it anytime that you're in this place of stagnation. Because I really feel that's where a lot of you are at, is in this place of stagnation. You've got all this hope, you've done all these changes, you've been pushing and pushing and pushing, you're doing the work, and things are changing, and you feel amazing. But at the same time, now you're starting to get that place where you're just like, oh, how long do I gotta keep doing this? How long do I keep doing this, man? This is great. I feel amazing. But man, can I really continue to do this every single day for the rest of my life? It's exhausting. It's exhausting, guys. And that's all right. There's nothing wrong with being exhausted. All right? When you are in a place of stagnation, it is simple physics. A body in motion stays in motion. A body that is at stillness takes 10 times, I don't remember the exact amount of energy times-wise that it takes to get that same body into motion. It takes so much more to get your body started. Now, when I say body, I'm meaning just all of you in general, your entirety of your being. So if your brain is in a place of stagnation, it's just stuck as I want to breathe. All right? Or maybe it's your emotions. You're just I am done feeling all the things. Great. We got a fire starting up on the mountainside. Yay. Sorry, y'all. I just seen the smoke start to come up. Great. We got a forest fire that just started. Yay. Great. That's a little too close to my house for comfort. All right. Anyway, we'll be okay. We're all good. We've got all the things in place. Just say. Maybe it's not mentally, maybe it's not emotionally, where you're just totally emotionally shut up, or your brain is I refuse to brain today. I'm not going to do it. I'm done thinking. All right. Maybe it's your confidence. Maybe it's that fire, that flame inside of you has been totally doused and is nothing but smoking hot coals that are just steaming underneath like boiling water. Yeah. Maybe you're ungrounded, or you're so grounded that you just feel stuck. Like there's like lead weights on the bottom of your feet, and no matter how much you keep pushing on that hamster wheel, you ain't getting there. Nothing's changing. It's just the same thing, and you're just tired. You're so tired. All right. All right. Everyone is sitting in their own unique place right now. All right. So I'm gonna keep saying all right. Apparently, that's my filler word for the day. Apparently, you're welcome. All right. So whatever this place of stagnation is in your life, because we all have places of stagnation in our life. It can be a particular subject. It can be a particular situation. It can be a particular thing that you just keep putting off, and you're like, I don't want to. I know I really need to make that phone call. I know I really need to go do that thing. I really need to finish this particular project. But I don't want to. So if I just close my eyes and turn my back to it, maybe it'll just eventually fix itself. So it's kind of like the dishes building up in your sink, and everyone's like, I don't want to wash the dishes. Every single dish and pan and plate and piece of silverware we own is sitting in the sink, and I don't want to. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So if I just go, maybe I'll go do this instead, and maybe eventually somebody else will do it, or maybe the dishes will just wash themselves. We know that's not the case. We know that's not what's going to happen. Because it's not like your dishes are just going to grow legs and up and walk away. That we don't live in cartoon world, even though they'll be really freaking amazing sometimes. That's not real life. Real life, those dishes are going to continue to sit there, and they're going to continue to stink, and they're going to continue to grow until you have no dishes left, and you've resorted to like paper plates because nobody wants to wash the damn dishes. Eventually, you got to take care of the thing, but you are going to put that off until you absolutely have to take care of it. All right. So I just use dishes as an example. But we all have those things that we've been procrastinating on. We don't want to take care of them. We don't want to deal about it. We don't want to deal with it. We don't even want to think about it. We don't want to do any of the adulty responsible things with that one thing. Or maybe there's multiple things. There's generally multiple things that we kind of put off. We're like, yeah, I really need to clean out the junk drawer. I really need to go through and declutter the house. All the things, right? Okay. So, if you are in one of those places of stagnation, one of those places of denial, one of those places of just exhaustion. All right? But yeah, you're calling in all of this action, all of this movement, all this transformation, all of these blessings and manifestations and answers to your prayers. Well, guess what? It starts with moving yourself first. But you can't move if you're too damn tired to move. It is during rest and times of peace that you find the truth of what you are wanting in your life. The true reality of peace, happiness, comfort, all of the beautiful parts of life is during those happy, unexpected moments and unexpected visitors and old friends and just random conversations and sitting down to have lunch or going out to eat. It's during those moments that you are resting. You are completely unplugging from the world. You are completely unplugging from work. You're unplugging from any drama in the family, any drama in your life. You're unplugging from all of the things that you're like, oh man, I gotta do this and this and this and this and this. I got this checklist and oh, this crap has just happened in my life and I'm just not ready to cry. Like, oh man, like, can you believe this just happened to me? Like, yo, I can tell you some stories. I'm just saying, I can tell you some stories. Like, the last 2 weeks have been insane. But I am not gonna hold on to that anymore. Because I know that if I hold on to that, is going to be an anchor for me and hold me in that place of like, oh my God, I cannot believe we made it home. Oh my God, I cannot believe we actually got all of that accomplished. There were so many things. That is also a form of stagnation. If you continue to obsess about those things. Y'all, I am an obsessor. I obsess about the things. I become... it's bad. It's bad. I'm just going to say it. All right? But when you get to where you acknowledge, you can see and you can acknowledge the things that are your triggers, the things that you're just like, you can't seem to stop talking about it. You just kind of hold on to it. But this is something that happened days ago, months ago, sometimes years ago, or even lifetimes ago. You're in a place of stagnation. That is not rest. Stagnation is not rest. There's a difference. Resting is regular sleep at night. Resting is doing meditative things in your life. It does not have to be just purely meditation. Resting is going out and playing with your kids or your grandkids, or just going out and playing with friends. I don't care if you're a kid or you're an adult. We all have friends and we all need to go out and play sometimes, all right? To just go have a party, to just go socialize, to just go out and actually people. All right, we gotta peoples sometimes, and social media doesn't count. You need physical interaction with peoples, okay? Physical interaction, all right? So, these are different types of resting. Doing things like stretching, exercise, yoga, all of these different types of moving your body, whether you're like at the gym and you're pumping the weights, you're like, whoo, yeah, or you're on the treadmill and you're just like running like freaking champ, man. Or you go and do some Zumba, like you go and dance and all those things. These are actually forms of resting, because you're unplugging the brain from all the other things in your life, even if it's only for 5 minutes. 5 minutes of peace and resting from whatever this is, you know, the invisible elephant that everybody can see, because it's not actually invisible and it's like right there in the room, but nobody talks about the invisible elephant. Everyone knows it's there. They can see it. It's not actually invisible. But being able to completely actually unplug from that. Be able to actually find your voice and not be ashamed to speak it, to be confident in what you say, to be proud of the things that you said, proud of you, proud of the message that you said. All right? These are all extremely important, because that is healing to your voice. It's healing, balancing, and aligning to actually use your voice. Other forms of helping your voice is singing and humming, especially throat music, throat singing. Oh, yeah. Y'all, you can get some of those, like you can hit some of those notes and they resonate. Like you're doing it from where it resonates in your body. Like I'll have to teach you how to do this one time or sometime. But like you can have it resonate like down towards your stomach and like send those vibrations downwards to your root. You can have it vibrate through your chest and resonate through your chest for opening your lungs and your heart chakra, and into your throat for opening and adjusting and cleansing out your throat, your ears, your mouth, your nose. I'm talking about like more your senses, but it actually does help on a physical level too. You can send it up here into your brain where you're resonating up in your brain, and that helps with your sight and your third eye and your crown chakra, your connection to divine. All right, to the divine and your highest self, your soul star, and all your higher chakras. It's really cool, okay? These are all different forms of resting. And we're going to go into that a little deeper a little later on. But it's during these moments that you find peace. It's during these moments that you truly turn yourself into goo, sort of say, especially if you just went out and you were working out, you've been out singing and dancing, having fun, laughing, enjoying yourself, truly unplugging from all the things in life and just being in that moment, and then you go home and you sleep, especially if you're eating a good balanced diet on top of it, like rainbows. I tell my kids all the time, have you had your rainbows today? And just like I tell my kids, no, Skittles don't count. Food coloring and Skittles do not count for rainbows, okay? Our bodies naturally are drawn to bright colored foods. A wide arrangement of colors, okay? That's why food coloring was invented, because they figured that out a long freaking time ago. I'm just saying. Like, we are naturally drawn to those brightly colored foods. But naturally, we're attracted to apples and strawberries and brightly colored natural foods, which is why they made food coloring to entice the taste buds, to tease and tingle the brain and the eyes, going, ooh, look at me, I'm all these bright colors. Don't you want to eat me? And it tricks the brain into making it taste better than it actually might really be. Okay? All right. I'm just saying. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Y'all should, like, fall down that bunny hole. If you don't know anything about that, you should fall down that bunny hole. That's a fun, interesting one to, like, lose yourself in. Like, ooh, really? That's what they really do? Ooh, that's really what it does to the brain? You mean, really? That really actually burns my taste buds off? That's not... That's not like some old wives' tale, like, kind of thing, or maybe you've never even heard of that. Like certain things, like too much sugar, too much salt, too much saturated fats, for example, literally burn the taste buds off of your mouth because they're too much, they're too intense. If you eat too much of them, which is why you always have to add more and more salt, which is why you want more and more sugar, which is why you want more and more cream in your coffee. That's why you have to continue to add additional flavors and seasonings to your food. You can't just put that soft sprinkling on. You're just like, whole bottle, take the lid off. As you dump it on there, right? Right? Just so you can taste the food because your taste buds have been burned off. Right? Your taste buds need a resting too, and it takes like 7 days for your taste buds to regrow. Okay? Okay. Let me correct that. So I was originally taught that it took 7 days for your taste buds to grow back. But more recent research shows that it actually takes about 10 days for your taste buds to grow back. So let me correct myself on that one. I will always, I continue to say 7 days because that's what I was originally taught. All right. So it's during those times that you really find your truth, your peace, your happiness, which is why resting is key to manifesting, because you got to be in those particular resonational tones energetically and physically, and moving your body, changing the way that your brain is thinking and obsessing about things, changing the way that your heart is like, ooh, I love this, ooh, I hate that, like how you're affecting those things, and your core values. When your core values are actually aligned with the things that you're doing, and you're loving yourself, and that inner child in you is coming out to play, and it's like a whole damn family party happening right inside of you, and everybody's getting along, like your inner mother, your inner father, your inner goddess, your inner king and queen, the royalties, your inner magician and your inner wizards and your inner warrior and your inner child and teenager. There's a whole bunch of them. There's a whole bunch of them in there. That's just some of the main key ones that most people know. All right. So it's like everybody comes out to party and play, and everybody's actually getting along, because there's always that one in the family that nobody likes. It's like that crazy uncle, that crazy aunt shows up, and you're just like, they're so weird. Y'all, I'm the weird aunt, but I think I'm cool, so, All right, so, these are filler words because my mouth is moving faster than my brain is thinking. The brain is not braining at, top efficiency. Bear with me. All right, so, in order to be able to truly rest, you got to get rid of the stress, which is why I tell you guys all the time, to get up and like hydrate yourself, okay? Actual water flushes toxins from your physical body. Water rehydrates your body. Your body is mostly made of water, as we were talking about in the opening. Just saying, like, you don't drink water and eventually, like, it starts to affect your blood. Like, if you're, like, really, really dehydrated, you know, like, people die from that. Speaking of water. All right, so, like, hydrating yourself, eating that balanced meal, exercising, stretching, taking time out, and meditating. If you guys would like some more meditations, let me know. Drop down in the comments, because, like, I need to record some more meditations. I should just put a few, like, just meditations out for you guys, but I haven't done those yet. So if you guys want to see those, drop them down. Typey. All right. Or, like, if you're on your phone. All right. You got this. You can do this. So, in order to truly rest, we got to deal with stress. Now, I got to pull up my notes. I got to get my notes so that I don't miss any of these. Resting is the space where your seeds begin to grow. It's where you find your truth, okay? But if the soil is contaminated of where you're planting those seeds, you're going to have a very poor germination rate, and you're going to have sickly plants grow. So the plants growing, it represents your manifestations, okay? Those prayers that you've been asking for. Yeah, and the seed and the water, all that is your rest period. That is your action periods. It's the balancing back and forth between the two, because all things are balanced in life. Wherever you have action, you must also have rest. But in order to have rest, you must release. That's the key. That's the key to it all. And that release is the stress that you're holding on to. Okay. Without the rest in your life, stress becomes abundant. It is the contamination in your soil. It is the lack of nutrients. It is the lack of hydration in your soil, okay? This is where your intentions get stuck in the mud, and it feels as if you've got lead weights sitting on your feet. It makes you feel as if you are on that constant hamster wheel, and you're not getting anywhere, but you're getting awful damn tired, all right? So when you truly rest, it realigns you to you, your true vibrations, your inner truth, your full truth, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, energetically, and on a soul level. You're welcome. All right. But in order to release that stress, we got to know what type of stress that we're dealing with. And did you know that there are multiple different types of stress? And I'm going to help show you how to decode the types of stress that are showing up in your life, so that you can then take real action on addressing that one stress at a time. This is the same as fixing your financial situation. So I'm paying off bills. Like, you're going to constantly be on that hamster wheel. If you are only paying the minimum amount and you're constantly taking new loans out, you're constantly getting new cards, and you're just adding to that debt, you're going to just stay on that hamster wheel. So one of the best ways to get yourself out of debt is doing refinancing, things like that. By all means, if you can lower your interest rate and you can knock those payments down to a manageable size, please do that. Now, I'm just using finances as an example, but it's the same concept, okay? Because, like, finances are stressful, guys. I'm just saying, bills and debt and all that, it's stressful. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. And go bye-bye. See ya. All right. But there's more stress than that, all right? So, finances will affect the brain, your mental well-being, because of the sheer stress and all the thinkies you gotta do on it, okay? And it constantly just, like, sits there on the brain and, like, weighs it down and just like, oh my God. All right, it messes with your spine, your shoulders. It gives you backaches, and it makes your hips and all the things hurt. Makes your joints ache. There are so many different ways that can show up in real life in your body that is physically drawing you down, because it puts a physical weight on you, because you hold stress in your body. But in order to get out of that stress, doing things like like refinancing. That's what I'm helping you do right now for your stress. I'm helping you do the refinancing to cut that interest down, cut your payments down, and make it more manageable, and to save you a shit ton of money, okay? We're going to save you a shit ton of time and a shit ton of money in order to pay off that debt on an energetic stress level, okay? Okay? Yeah, is what we're doing. Okay, so refinancing is one of the ways that you do it. Then after that, you look at all of your debt. You take all the debt that you have, okay? And you go, okay, this one, like, layer it out. Which ones have the highest interest rate? And which ones have the lowest balance? So whichever ones have the lowest balance still left on them is where you double down on it. You double down on that stuff, baby. That's where you double down, okay? So you do minimum payments on all the other things. Do the minimum work that you have to do in order to meet your responsibilities, and it doesn't screw up your credit score, all the things. You're still making all of your payments on time, but it's just the minimum amount. You take that lowest dollar, and if you've got some that are all like right there at the same, which one has the highest interest rate? Which one is impacting you the most? Okay, baby? That's the one that you double down on. So say maybe it's only $5 more that you got, like in a financial example. You only have like $5 extra that you can put to that. Put that $5 on there towards the principal. Okay, so that's like doing those yoga stretches for 5 minutes, doing yoga poses, or going out and taking a 5-minute walk. I'm serious, going out and just walking for 5 minutes. So that's your physical like example, okay? All right, that's how you start paying that debt down faster. And every time you get one paid off, you take the entirety of the amount that you were paying on that one, and you put that onto the next lowest with the highest interest rate. Because those high interest rates, baby, they're going to screw you. They're going to screw you. It's going to cost you shit ton. All right? All right? All right. So let's talk about the actual different types of stress. How they manifest in your body, how they affect you on an energetic level, including your chakras and like the blockages that it can create, and like it gets all in the way, and then it makes all your manifestations come in a little bit wonky. If they even come in. How many times have you asked and begged and pleaded for something and then it didn't happen? You're like, it's gonna happen, I know it's gonna happen. And then it didn't happen, you're like, shit. Oh, damn it. Just another shoe fell. I had the worst luck in my life. Y'all, don't talk to yourself like that. Seriously, don't talk to yourself like that. Your words have power, okay? Words have power. Thoughts have power. Emotions have power. Your physical body has power. Yo, I'm just saying. You ever seen a lady, like, lift a freaking car off, because there was a freaking kid underneath? Just saying. It happens. You are capable of so much. So, stop beating yourself up. Be nice to yourself. Okay? Treat yourself like your own best friend. Because your best friend would not say that kind of stuff to you. Okay. I want you, as we're going through this list, I want you to really stop and think about how this is connected to the rest that you're actually getting. Like, do you get in bed and then your brain goes... It's like you've got freaking Morse code like beeping in your head. You're like, all the things. You're like, you're going through your freaking checklist. You're going through all the things. You're going through all of the stupidest things you've ever done in your entirety of your life. And all the things that you could be doing are like the best amazing plans ever. I do that. All right, so if you got a crazy, spacey brain like me, hi, you're not alone. Hi. Stress is really bad for doing that, okay? So, like, when you have stress factors come up in your life, really, really messes with the brain, and it really screws with your sleep schedule, or even the ability to sleep. I'm saying what I'm saying. All right, so, mental stress, obviously, shows up in your brain first, right? Okay, so if you are mentally stressed, or, and this like shows up if you're not getting enough sleep, or nourishing your body and enough, and like exercising of your body too, It slows down the actual blood and oxygen going to your brain, your brain's ability to even spark like it's supposed to, and fire and all the things, okay? Sleep is important, but it shows up with racing thoughts. It shows up with insomnia, headaches, scattered focus. Like you got this big dream, like, I want to be the next millionaire. Like, just give me just make it happen. I don't care how you do it. Just make it happen. I want to be a freaking millionaire, but I'm going to stay here in bed. I'm not going to do anything, but I'm just going to sit here and like think myself into exhaustion, okay? So it blocks your manifestations by clouding your brain and the clarity, which is why meditation and exercising, hydrating, and eating a healthy, balanced, full array of natural rainbow-colored foods will really help that, because you're nourishing your body, you're feeding it natural vitamins, minerals, trace minerals, all the things, so that it can physically properly function, but it also has enough fluid to function, because electricity and water, like, anyone know how electricity and water interact with each other? You want to improve, like, the electricity, like that's not the right way to say that. You want to improve, like, the sparks in your brain, like the firing of your brain, so it's actually firing on all cylinders. Like, it's like having fouled spark plugs in a vehicle. If your spark plugs are fouled, your engine's not going to run very well. The brain controls, like, all the things in your actual body. Oh, I'm just saying, okay? Water and all those things is going to help improve that, okay? It also shows up and manifests and blocks your manifestations by preventing your ability to vision, your sight, your ability to tap into your creative power band and the amazingness of your inner child, the wanting to come out to play, which is where all that beautiful creativity lies. And it's in that daydreaming. Yes, I said daydreaming. It's in dreaming and looking at the possibilities of what possibly could happen in a perfect world kind of scenario of what you could create if you weren't blocked by all these fears in your life, okay? And all the beautiful, beautiful things. It creates overthinking instead of trusting yourself. How often are you second guessing yourself? Are you a person that has to have somebody else validate what it is that you're going to do before you will actually do it? How many times have you put an idea out there to the world and just gone, well, yeah, it might sound like a stupid idea, but what do you think? Like, what are your thoughts on it? And then you get critiqued on it because you asked for their feedback. And then they critiqued you, and then you took it as a personal insult. And okay, well, that was just a stupid idea. I'm sorry, just forget I even said anything. Yeah, so what do you think we should do instead then? Because apparently my idea was stupid. All right, so these are just different examples, okay? Y'all, I've got a lot of energies coming in. It's really kind of cool. All right, so some of the best practices that you can do is meditation, okay? Like, I have some that are already recorded right here on my channel. Like, you can go look them up. I've got some in the podcast. I have a couple that are like just little short reels. I have a couple in like our Shadow Shifter series that I kind of started and then it wasn't the right time for it. So that's all the spiritual guru and all the witchy spiritual like stuff. Anyway, all right. You can do journaling. Y'all, I talk about journaling all the time. And yes, my favorite place to do journaling is out here. I'll sit in my truck and journal, or I sit here, I go out into my camper. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it. But find a place that is just a very comforting place to you. This could be at the park. This can be on your front porch. This can be sitting in your car. This can be in some random place. Just get in your car and go for a drive with no destination in mind. Just go, I'm going to leave. I don't know when I'm going to be home. I'm just going to go for a drive. And wherever it is that you end up at, sit down and do your journal. Okay? Journal all the things that come to your brain. Okay? Taking walks in nature. All right? going through a digital detox. Turn the damn screens off, okay? That means the TV, that means the radio, that means your phone, that means the computer screen. Detox yourself from that. It's actually a very good practice to have at least one day a week where there are no screens allowed. Put the do not disturb on. Like, you can turn on some peaceful music if you want to. No screens. Go out in nature. Like, go camping. All the things. I want to go camping. Yeah, we need to make that happen. Properly hydrating, a regular sleep schedule, a regular eating schedule. Okay? Do y'all have any idea how important it is for your mental well-being to do things in a schedule? To have that set routine in your life. So for me, every Saturday morning, I spend like 3-4 hours out here on my porch. I do my meditation. I go through some of my personal growth and my personal growth classes and courses that I take. I'm in all these, like, I do some of my guided meditations that I'm taking from other like amazing teachers. I spend like 3 to 4 hours out here on my porch. I'm doing yoga. I am spiritually detoxing my body. I am doing like my Eureka healing, and just for myself, I'm calming and cleansing, and just Saturday mornings are my baby. Sundays are my gardens. All right. When I actually get out in my gardens, I make sure everything's got a good hard soaking of water. I make sure that I'm taking care of any weeds that need to be tended to. I am going through and fertilizing them. I'm replanting them. I'm harvesting them. Whatever it is that the gardens are needing, I'm going to go ahead and take care of that, but in a natural way. All right. So these are some of the beautiful ways that you can deal with mental stress. Completely change your routine from anything else that you do for the entirety of the rest of the week. Just start a day, one day a week off that way. Now, you're not always going to have like 3 hours like me. This is something I've slowly built into, and this is now just a practice in my life that my family just knows that I need because I'm able to communicate it to them. It took a while. This did not just happen overnight. For one, I needed to set the routine for myself. I needed to set those personal boundaries of, Mama just needs some alone time. I just need my own personal space. Personal space. And my bubble is the size of this freaking porch on Saturday mornings. So I don't care if anyone comes out. They can come out and do yoga with me. They can come out and have a conversation with me. They can sit down and meditate with me if they want to. They can sit down and watch the sunrise. Or in the evenings, they can come out and watch the sunset with me. And just all the awesome things, okay? These are wonderful practices that you can do in order to detox the brain, okay? Detox the stress from your brain. All right. Now, where mental stress shows up in your life, yes, it shows up here, but it also shows up physically in your body. So if you are mentally exhausted, it affects your eyes. Your eyes will be like for me, my eyes get very dry. They start burning. They're very heavy. I'm just very tired, okay? Like, it's like everything I can do to keep my eyes open. Like you feel like you could fall asleep standing up on your own feet. You don't hear people well. You can become very frustrated and other things like that because you just can't quite understand what they're saying because the brain is physically exhausted from the stress. This shows up as headaches, neck aches. Your shoulders are super, super tense. It can show up as back aches. It can show up in your joints, like carpal tunnel suddenly is a lot worse than it was. It shows up even in your feet. Yeah, it shows up in your feet. Like if you ever have swelling in your joints, sometimes that can be a sign of mental exhaustion and mental stress. Okay? Not fun. Not fun. You can also hold those stresses in your hips too, lower back and your hips, okay? That's normally more associated, like those particular last three, like your feet, your hips, your lower back, your lower abdomen, those are more associated with your sacral chakra, which is all about creativity, essentially. You're fire, you're like, yeah, let's go get our sexy on, man, all right? but it is also connected to mental stress. Okay? So when's the last time you went out and had some loving? Just saying. All right? And you can take that however it is that you want to take that. And that could be in however terms it is that you need that. Okay? Sometimes we just need someone to come up and give us a hug and show us that, other people care about us. Just saying. Thank you for putting the fire out. Thank you. So much easier to put out a fire when it's just a little baby and it's only just started. Just saying. All right. So physically, this shows up, as I was kind of going over just a second ago, muscle tension. Okay. Can you put your arms out straight? This is something I've been noticing a lot lately in a lot of people, even in like my teenagers. My teenagers are even having a problem with this, and I've had to do a lot more stretching on this too. My husband, so many people I've talked to lately, like their arms and their elbows are freaking killing them. And can you put your arm out straight? I'm genuinely curious. Like, I really actually want you to try. Can you put your arm out straight? Like, walk your elbow. Can you walk your elbow? And not have your hands closed. Not close your hand, okay? And have your hand out flat. Can you do that? Can you? This is something I'm seeing a lot of, like, over the past month, especially this past week. Like, very much so this past week. Stretch your arm out, and stretch your fingers out. Like, I've showed you how to do this before. So, yeah, just 10 seconds. Arm out flat. Pull your fingers back. Not hard, but just give them a little pull, okay? And for you, just trying to get your arms straight might be all the stretching that you need, okay? I'm just saying, work it up, baby. All right, and then just each finger, like you pull all your fingers back originally, and you go through each of your fingers one at a time for 10 seconds. Easy peasy, both hands. And you can do the same thing on your feet and your toes. You can. Just be careful with your feet because they have a tendency to cramp if your feet are the most sensitive to cramping up because they actually do the most work of your entirety of your body. So they burn through magnesium really fast. And if you're not wearing good support on your feet or you're constantly walking on hard ground, you burn through that magnesium faster. In your feet in particular, okay? Which is why you get like cramps if you like try to put your leg out straight and pull your toes back towards you, okay? Like suddenly your foot's like, oh my god. Or like just pointing your toes with a straight leg. Can you point your toes? Genuinely curious, let me know down in the comments. I'm just saying. Other ways that stress can show up in your life is it can weaken your immune system. Okay? Especially your gut health. All right. Have you been having gut problems like indigestion and you're constantly running to the bathroom and it feels like all the water that you're drinking is just running straight through you and you're just like, you don't want to be around me right now. All right. So it can really affect your digestive system. Okay. It also affects the heart. That one is mostly associated to your heart chakra. So your digestive system is your solar plexus. Okay, your solar plexus is like your confidence. That's where your soul lives. All right, when you're being true to who you are, your authentic self, that is right here. Like y'all can't see, you still can't see. So that's right here. That's right here at your stomach. Like your stomach actually sits right here below your rib cage. Okay, like it's the size of your fist. Like right here, and it's just kind of top, barely like it's just right here at the peak of your rib cage, where your rib cage comes down. Okay, all right. The solar plexus is in that same general area. It also causes extreme fatigue. Great, right? Like, yay! Go clap! So excited. All right, so. Ways that you can, okay, first I'm getting ahead of myself. Ways that this can block your manifestations is stemming back to earlier. A body in motion stays in motion. Okay? Manifestations are about action. But in order to have the strength the energy, the ability, the agility in order to take the action for your manifestation, doing the actual work that is required to make that manifestation come into being, words. You have to have the ability to do that first, which means you got to be able to rest. But if you're too damn stressed out, resting is not easy. Okay? So it drains your physical energy. Like you wake up and you have zero energy, even though you slept because you're stressed. Okay? Whether that is mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever it is for you, you're stressed, so you're not sleeping well. You're obsessing over the things. Yeah. So it affects your physical energy. So in that case, I highly suggest eating bright yellow colored foods, because the color yellow is associated with your solar plexus, and part of the organs associated to your solar plexus is your upper intestines, your stomach, your gallbladder, your kidneys, your liver, and your spleen. Your spleen is your body's physical battery. You know, the Energizer Bunny? So if your spleen is wore out, you are going to be wore out too. All right, so it has a direct effect on your physical energy. Okay? And it's from that physical energy that you have in your life that you are able to support part of that support for your energetic and spiritual energy. Because all things in your being, your health, is like a giant domino. Like picture that's been popped up. And you've got all these circles and they all interconnect. You've got the you here in the middle. And then you've got your physical health. You've got your mental health. You've got your emotional health. You've got your energetic health. You've got your worldly health over here. And around all of that connects into all of those, you have your relationship health. You have your... Okay, there's a lot of layers. We're not going to go into all of them. Okay, so you have your financial, you have work, you have all of these things, all your job titles, all the things that you do, the things that you love to do, your creative, like, hobbies that you enjoy doing, the people that you enjoy being around, all of those have their own little circle, okay? So all the things in your entirety of your life, including your home life, all of these have their own circles, but they're all connecting and touching each other. So all it takes is one domino to get knocked out of place, and it has a cascading effect on all areas of your life, because all areas of your life are connected. So in order to support your spiritual health, in order to support your energetic health, you have to support your physical health. In order to support your physical health, you got to support your emotional health, and you have to support your mental health. You also have to support your relationships with all the other moving pieces in your life. Okay? But it's easier to restand all those dominoes back up one at a time. One little section at a time. Because as you rebuild one section, you're automatically rebuilding parts of other sections too. Okay? All things are connected. Hi, Thomas. Some of the best practices that you can do are restorative yoga. All right. Stretching, like we were talking about this earlier. Stretching, that gets the blood moving in your body. It breaks up any blockages in your joints and in your the natural flow of your body. It gets things moving. So it's like getting that, big old diesel locomotive, getting it moving. Because once it's moving, it's going to stay in motion. Okay, because that heavy old beast it's hard to stop once it starts moving, I'm just saying. All right. So massages, warm, hot baths, especially a beautiful Epsom bath. This helps physically and energetically and spiritually. Epsom salt is beautiful. All right. Mindful nutrition. We've already talked about this. I have 3 rainbows a day. 3 rainbows a day, and Skittles don't count, okay? Eat with your eyeballs, okay? If it doesn't look beautiful, naturally rainbow colored, you got to add some stuff to that, okay? All right. Consistent sleep once again. You're gonna hear me say some of these same things over and over and over again, because all things are connected within your little worlds, okay? In all of our worlds, they're all connected. All right? It's like the domino effect. Just saying. Just saying. All right. So, in your spiritual stress, okay, your spirit, okay, you're gonna see stress show up as, like, it manifests as feeling disconnected from the world, feeling disconnected from your life, the people that you love being with. You may feel like you have just woke up in an alternate reality. Now, I'm not going to say that you didn't. That's a whole nother story. Anyway, you're just very disconnected. You're just like, you're there, but you're not there. Like, you're just like, I don't even know these people. Like, what am I doing here? Why does anybody want me here? So you're really disconnected. You're disconnected from the world, and you're disconnected from a purpose. Because without a purpose to drive us in our life, we get depressed. We get stuck. What's the point of waking up? What's the point of trying? What's the point of doing all the things if there's not a reason as to why we're doing these things? You will fulfill many, many purposes of life in your lifetime, babe. And you already have accomplished so many. Don't give up yet. Keep going. All right? Getting all of these things back in checkaroo is going to help you go, I know what I want to do. Yeah, I know what I gotta do. All right? You can go through a dark night of the soul. You can have a loss of faith. I don't care what your beliefs are. Loss of faith has more than just a religious meaning. Okay? But that is one of them. You can lose faith in your religious beliefs. You can lose faith in the people around you. You lose faith in yourself. You lose faith in the world. You lose faith in nature. And you only see the bad. Everything's doomsday. Are you paranoid? If you're living in a place of paranoia, you need to check in with your spiritual health. Okay? All right? So, and you are constantly second guessing and questioning your own intuition. The thing that you knew was going to get screwed up. The thing that you knew was going to be a problem. Yeah, you knew it was going to go wrong, and you did it anyway because somebody else came in and went, but I want that one. It's like that car that you bought that was a freaking lemon, and it literally lived in the shop. It lived in the shop. It was at the shop more than, it was sitting at your own house. It was at the shop more than it was running the entire duration. Yeah. And you knew you were going to have problems with that car. But it was the right price. Like, it was too good to be true. It was all the things, but you knew. You didn't know why. But you just had this little gut feeling, this little feeling of like, this isn't going to work. You knew it, but you did it anyway. That's okay. We all do. We all do. And you went through and you did it because you needed to experience that to finish pushing you over that last wall that you had built up in front of you that was blocking your view from what it is that you could really actually do, what you could really actually get from really actually getting that dream vehicle and being, nope, I am no longer settling. So that's where I'm at. I'm in a place of I refuse to settle anymore. Like, I am willing to take the time. I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to have a little bit of extra patience until I find the right one and it feels right. Okay, so phone dead again. All right. So this blocks off your manifestations by cutting you off from your spiritual alignment. You are no longer practicing the same rituals that you did. You're no longer saying your prayers at night or blessing the food, whatever your spiritual practices are. Or you're not going out and meditating. You're no longer going out and grounding yourself every morning and every night. You're no longer releasing others' energy or practicing gratitude and forgiveness practices in your life. You're no longer being mindful about all the things. You're no longer trying to do a mindful living. You're just trying to survive living, and you don't even know why, because you're disconnected. All right. And it cuts you off from trusting in divine timing. Yeah. All the signs are out there, but you're just like, yeah, why is that raven there? Like, why am I seeing so many ravens while I'm driving down the road? Why are there so many hawks and ravens? Like, I don't know why this trip is going to go bad, but, like, I just can't shake this feeling, but you just keep going until you can't go no more because you've now broke down. I did that recently. So it blocks those manifestations because it has disconnected you from your spiritual energies. It has blocked you off from trusting your own tuition. It has blocked you from trusting in the divine or your highest self or whatever you believe in above, okay? Whether that is just universal energies or divine or God or gods, or if it's just trusting in your own ability. You're disconnected from all of those things because you're all blocked off from it. You're no longer trusting it. You no longer have a purpose of life. And because of that, your manifestations are not going to come in because those things are brought to you by basically the universe. Just as an example, you put whatever word that you need in there for you, okay? All right. So things that can help with that. I highly suggest going back to your childhood and however you were religiously taught and raised, regardless of if that is still your current practice. If you were taught to say your prayers every night, to ask God for his help, get down and say a prayer, baby. Because there is a very specific reason why you were born into that, into those practices, into those beliefs, to be the anchoring foundation in your life carrying onwards, because you knew before you came here that at some point in time you were going to need that. Okay, that is at the very core of your foundation, core of everything. Praying, manifesting, going through sacred ritual practices of cleansing, cord cutting, releasing, gratitude, forgiveness, into deep visualizations. All of these things can really help. Sound therapy, color therapy, food therapy. Food therapy is really awesome, by the way. Fasting, lots and lots of liquids. Going on a liquid diet can actually help on a spiritual level. All right, especially with how hot it has been lately. Getting your body rehydrated and refueled is going to really help open up all the blockages that have basically dried up inside of you. Okay? Reconnecting with spiritual text and spending time in silence. Time in silence and in darkness. One of my favorite things to do, especially around sunset, especially when I have been doing lots of cord cutting, I've been setting up new boundaries, and I'm just like, I'm putting into place all of my new manifestations. I light up a fire. Having a fire at the full moon and at the new moon is like the height of my months. And I will do this all year long, even when I've got like 3 feet of snow sitting in my yard. Like, I go out to my fire pit, put some fresh logs on there, and I light the fire. It's really cool in the winter because it forms like this non-melting ice underneath the fire. It's so cool because it doesn't melt. It gets like so hot. The logs are so hot that it makes the ice so cold that it can't melt. It's just ice. It's like colder than cold ice underneath that fire. It's so I don't necessarily understand all the sciencey parts behind it, but it's awesome. It's so cool. But going out, like especially around sunset, watching the sunset, that fire, smoke going up into the air. You can do your, one form of cord cutting is to write down the things that you are releasing, the people that you're no longer willing to accept in your life, setting your boundaries down, writing them down onto a piece of paper. If you have multiple things that you're doing, put them on multiple little squares of paper. Like sticky notes are awesome. Sticky notes are perfect size. Just saying. Writing the stuff down, folding it up. So if you're calling it in, you want to fold it towards yourself or roll it towards yourself. If you are releasing it, fold it away from you, okay? The direction in which you fold that paper is going to have, like, that's kind of a signal to you and the universe what direction you want that to go. But folding it up or rolling it up, like if you're really upset with them, like crunch the shit out of it, you know, make it into a ball, like throw it into the fire and watch it burn. Watch it burn, baby. Like, I really like burning things. Burning things is cool, except for when it's a freaking forest fire on the top of a mountain that I'm looking at. It's actually quite a ways away, but all the same, I like it. They are working on putting it up. Anyway, so doing that and then just sitting in the stillness under the stars and the darkness of the sky and just listening to that fire meditation, like just listening to the cracking of the logs and the spitting of the coals and just the fire just dancing in the blackness. To me, guys, that is absolute beauty. To me, that is so releasing, relaxing, all the things. And like, y'all, I have no problem smelling like a campfire. I don't care. I love the smell of a campfire, y'all. So if I'm walking around for like weeks afterwards and I smell like a freaking campfire, you know, maybe there's a little sage in there. Maybe there might have been some other herbs and things like that in there too, if I was needing those things. But all of these things are really beneficial for releasing stress in your life. Because those toxic relationships, those toxic situations in your life, they have a direct effect on you emotionally and spiritually, and energetically. So doing that little practice, y'all, seriously, y'all should go out and have like just a nice little contained, safe, don't be an idiot. You get a lot of idiots around here. But a nice, safe location and having yourself a little fire. You can have a little freaking fire in a barbecue, in a freaking barbecue pan. Okay? It doesn't have to be logs. It can be charcoal. Like, you can have, just light up your charcoal grill and just like, bye-bye you, bye-bye you, bye-bye you. Okay? Those are all great practices, by the way. Okay, so these are some of the practices that you can do to release spiritual and energetic health. Okay? Okay, so soul stress. This is deep stress. This is stress that literally hits you in the gut like somebody just came up and sucker punched you. And it doesn't go away. This is the stress that just like it knocks you off your feet. It hits you like a freaking bulldozer, okay? And it's like trying to get up and that bulldozer is still on top of you. All right? This shows up as identity crises in your life. This shows up as numbness, loss of joy during happy times. Like everyone around you is celebrating and you're just like, whatever. Okay? It can show up as having a loss of direction in your life. Very connected to like loss of identity and your purpose of life too. Okay, on a spiritual level. Because your soul and your spirit are connected. In an energetic sense, in a spiritual sense, they are connected together. They are separate, but they are the same. I don't know how to explain it. So like for me, you know, I'm just going to show you, okay? So, your heart, and it's like there's this little string that connects your heart to your soul. And that string is your spirit. I don't know how else to explain it. And then from your soul, you have your energetic body that comes up into your aura. All right? So they're all connected. But I don't know how else to explain the differences in those two. But there is a slight difference between them. Your spirit is more like your inner child, spiritual want to play and curiosity, whereas your soul is like the parent of that wild spiritual child. Okay, we'll put it that way. We'll put it that way. That's a good way to explain it. Okay, so this blocks your manifestations by preventing authentic desires in your life. How many things have you been desiring in your life that you're just like, oh, why do I even want that? Like the next day, a week later, a month later, you're just like, yeah, well, why did I want that? Like, ugh. Or someone comes into your life and you're just like, ugh, you are just so happy. Just get the F away from me. Like, you are too happy. Like, I don't even want to be around you. Like, how can somebody be that happy? Okay. Or how can somebody have all that kind of luck? Like, yeah. So, it prevents you from your authentic desires from surfacing into your manifestations. From your ego, not your truth. Ooh, this is your ego, not your truth that's speaking up, because you've got some injuries inside there that you need to deal with. Now, when they hit you on a soul level, this is normally past life stuff that is popping up into your life that is echoing into this life. Want to learn more about past life and how it affects your current life? Get down in the comments, let me know. Okay? So, some of the best practices so that you can get the rest that is required to overcome the stress so that you can truly actually manifest the things that you really want when you have a disaligned soul connection happening in that moment is creative expression. So this is really tapping into your sacral chakra. Okay, this is that connecting rod between your solar plexus and your sacral, because your solar plexus is like your power. Like, yeah, it's like a lion, man. All right. Your sacral is like your inner child. It is that creative fun. It's also all the smexy, want to go out and play kind of stuff. Give me all the lovey. Yeah, let's go enjoy things. All right. Okay, so this can also be showing up in your root chakra, because your root chakra is where your confidence lies, okay? Your root chakra, okay, confidence lies kind of in your root chakra and also kind of in your sacral and your solar plexus. It just depends on what type of confidence that you're looking at. All right, so creative expressions such as writing, painting, music, flies. All right. Doing shadow journaling. So actually journaling the things in your life that are blocking you, your fears, your actual truths. Doing the journaling and all of those things can really, really help. Going on a retreat or a vacation. Who wants to go play, right? Okay. Doing dream work and dream journaling. Your dreams can tell you so many things when you start to decode them. And it's really easy. You don't have to have someone help you do this. Okay, it's easy, but it's kind of complex. But you can actually do this on your own, just like the colors and the emotions that you felt. Your emotions that you had during that dream are your big keys, okay? And just look up what the spiritual meaning or the dream meaning is for a cat, for a dog, for a horse, for trees, whatever it is that may have been in your dream, the things that you actually remember, the symbols, the objects, the items, okay, the things that happen in your dreams. You might be surprised, excuse me, what it shows up for you. Okay, another one is doing that deep self-reflection. So this is, once again, it's going into the shadow work and doing that dream work. All right, now in your energetic stresses, you ready to go into the energetic ones? So you're going to hear a lot of this echo again, okay? Because, as I said, this is like the domino effect. It all echoes, baby. Okay, so it shows up in chakra imbalances in your life. So if you've got a blockage in your root chakra, you're going to feel like you're stuck in the mud. You've got weights on your feet, like you're just running the treadmill and not actually progressing in life. All right, exhaustion. It is a Like, you just have an energetic exhaustion. You've been eating, you've been sleeping, you've been hydrating, you've been exercising, but yet you are energetically drained, okay? You you're easily overstimulated. So lots of loud noises around, okay? Yeah, lots of loud noises and everything is just like, oh, it's too much. Y'all, you should actually try doing that. So if you just hold a noise, just like I was doing, just hold a tone and move your hands back and forth. This will actually help unblock blockages in your upper chakras, okay? That, and it gives you that resonance, that resonancy in your vocal cords. Higher notes are going to be up here, whereas deep notes are going to hit deeper into your lower chakras, okay? Yeah, you can feel where they vibrate. It's really kind of cool. But it bounces the sounds off your hands from boom, 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 and it makes the brain stop and go. We got conflict happening here, and it resets the brain. It's like an automatic reset. You know, when your TV is lagging, or your internet's lagging, your computer's lagging, your phone is lagging, and you have to do a reset. Same thing, baby. So it will reset your nervous system. It resets your chakras, especially your upper chakras. And if your upper chakras are out of alignment, or you've got a blockage, chances are you've got blockages in your lower chakra. It's kind of like your spine. When your back goes out in one spot, it's not long before you start getting headaches. It echoes up into your brain as a headache. It echoes into your shoulders and your neck, and then you're just like, oh, like I can't move. Lower back pains, because it's all connected, like literally boom, 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 boom. So if one of them's out of whack, it kind of starts putting weird pressure on all the ones below and above, just from gravity. So there's just something that you can try, okay? You're just feeling drained around other people. You don't want to people. You don't want to socialize. Yeah, you're just you're energetically drained of other people. Like, it's like they're all energy vampires and they're just sucking the life out of you. Even though they're not actually trying to be energy vampires. Okay? So, this blocks your manifestations by scattering your energy. Instead of your energy working in harmony and just la 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 la. Instead, it's chaos. Just like it causes chaos, okay? The brain and the tongue are not going to say what that is, but it's a sound frequency. So, like, you have the different sounds that echo back and forth between left and right, and like hold it under your chin, or hold it here at the back of your head, and it does the same thing. Okay, it's really cool how it works. All right, so it can manifest as a blockage in your manifestation by leaking your power out to everybody. So in the energetic world, you are either open, closed, or you can change the stiffness, essentially, or whether you're. Why did my brain just go? My brain just did that. All right, y'all, get up and move. Okay, if you've been sitting this whole time, please get up and move your body. Y'all, I'll do it with you. Get up and move your body. Like, shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Raise your hands up. Raise your hands up. Move your toes. Shake your legs. Shake your arms. All right. do the sprinkler. Like, move your body. Like, I'm having fun with this, but seriously, like, get up and move your body, okay? If you've been sitting, move your body. Sorry. So, like, whack my flowers. Yeah, I love fuchsias. They're pretty gorgeous. I love my fuchsias. All right. Like, move. Get up and move. Get up and move. All right? Like, because that was really intense, okay? I'm just saying. That was like an instant, like, no, not mine. That was somebody else. Okay. So, that'll help shake off other people's energy, okay? And call yours back in, things like that. Okay, so your energetic body. Imagine an aura, or what you would perceive as an aura, okay? The idea, the image that comes to your brain. Like a bubble that goes all the way around you, okay? Now that bubble might be like a skin suit, and it's skin tight. Is it hard, or is it soft when you push on it? Like if you were to put your hands out and to push on it, is it hard? Is it soft? Like, does your hand just go through it? Like it's just like a hologram? Did you just like go all the way through it and like you can pop your head out and go, oh, okay, well that's not actually the world. And come back in and go, oh, wait, this is not the world. All right, I don't know why that's the example, but there you go. You're welcome. All right, so how malleable is it? Is it like a little bit of rubber? Is it thick rubber? Is it very thin rubber? Is it plastic? Is it made of metal? Is it impenetrable? Like, nobody will get to me. Okay? The level of resistance that you have on that represents how open you are. Also, the distance from your body that is also a representation of how open you are. Are you open for the entire world to come in and influence you? Or are you hardened by the world? Have you been hardened and you're turned into like cold, hard steel? Like your heart is a rock, man. Where it's just like, go away, like I don't like you. Leave me alone. You're the grouchy old man on the on the corner or something like that. All right, or the grouchy old lady that cusses everybody out, and they're always calling the cops on everybody just because they're just like, damn kids. All right, so how malleable that is going to reflect how open you are to receiving others' suggestions and inputs into your life. Okay. Also, the distance between you and where you would feel that aura, like where you would feel it, is going to also represent how willing you are to let others in, okay? So you can flex those muscles. You can flex those aura muscles, guys, those energetic muscles. You can push that aura out. You can actually push it out and let others come in to yours if you want to. Now, I'm using auras as an example, but it's not necessarily your aura that you push out. It's your energetic body. It's like this beautiful umbrella that comes around you, like this protective bubble, like all the way around you, okay? It's really kind of cool. And like your aura is a part of it, but they're kind of separate. Okay, so you can push that out. You can send blessings across the entire freaking world, across the entire freaking universe if you wanted to. Okay? You could let everybody and their grandma and their grandma's dog named Socks come in and tell you how to live your life. If you were to open, do you got the hatch on the top of your head wide open, allowing everybody and everything and all the energies, all the entities, all the thingies, all the weird spooky things, just like free range in your brain? That's not a good idea, by the way. That's not a good idea. Open and close that baby. And there's actually, I don't remember which episode it is, but there's actually one of the episodes here on the podcast where I taught you how to open and close the door on the top of your head. But if you would like a recap on that, drop down in the comments and let me know. Okay? So, like, that the doorway on the top of your head, like, that's just the way I explain it, but that is your connection to other entities, okay? That's like your connection to spirit, to your ancestors, to God, to the divine, to the universe. This also ties in very much so with your third eye, your intuition, and into spiritual gifts, okay? Okay, and there's a couple different layers of those. So like if you're an empath, there's doorways on your heart, and you can choose to open or close that at your own willingness. Same thing with the one on your head, your third eye, your root chakra. They all kind of have like these little hidden hatch doorways that you can open if you need to, or you can close. Yeah, like sometimes you do need them closed off. Sometimes you need them wide open because you need all that inspiration. You need all that guidance in your life, okay? So these are just a couple different ways of looking at this, okay? So your power is being leaked out most of the time because you've completely overgiven yourself. Like, you are the fixer in your family, in your job, in everyone else's life, and you save nothing for yourself. Are you the massive people pleaser in your family, in your neighborhood, in your life? Doing everything and giving everything that you have to everybody else and saving nothing for yourself? Are you that person? Are you that person? Yeah, I don't like that, baby. I don't like that. Okay, call in your personal power. Call that power back in. Okay, it also blocks your manifestations because you are attracting misaligned outcomes because you have become this energy resonancy. You're this energy vibration. When your manifestation is this vibration up here, which you may have been aligned to before, but now you are spiritually, not spiritually, but on an energetic level, your energy has turned into chaos because you're not resting, because you're stressed out. Turns it all into chaos. So, yeah. It's not good, baby. You need to call that energy back in. You need to shut those doorways down and just like consolidate yourself, okay? Come back into you. Okay. I call all of me back into me. I release everybody else's bullshit. I release everybody else's responsibilities that I've taken on for them. I am no longer doing their work for them. They can do their own damn work. I'm going to put myself first. Okay? Really tap into your solar plexus and your sacral and your root chakras for that particular area for your chakras, okay? Those ones are really about your core powers and your confidence and your creativity and your play and being grounded. So we are going to talk about being grounded for just a minute. So I've talked about this in previous episodes. It is a really good practice to ground and connect to your highest self every day, morning and night, baby. And if you need to, you can do this in the afternoon too. And it takes about that much time, okay? It takes about that much time, okay? You can go through and do a full cleansing, releasing, detox, like energetic balancing and alignment and an energetic release in 30 seconds. But granted, it normally takes some practice, okay? So check out some of our previous episodes for the guided meditations to help you out through that, okay? So grounding yourself can be as simple as walking outside and putting your bare feet on the ground. It can be that simple, closing your eyes and just doing some deep, slow breath work. In through your nose, breathe it all the way down to your belly button, hold it, and then every time you breathe in a certain word. This is like one of the best practices. I started doing this when I was 5. I just started doing it because I knew I needed to. No training, just I knew I needed to. It was instinct, but it was also divinely like needed. So it was coming in. All right. So breathe in calm. Breathe everything in that makes you feel calm and let it grow in your belly like this beautiful white crystal ball that gets harder, brighter, bigger with every second. And then just hold it, and as you're holding it, imagine the black smoke of everything that makes you uncalm, that takes away all of your happiness, all your peace. Let it be like that black smoke that's just attracted to that light, like, you know, like bugs to the light at night. And breathe all that black crap out, okay? And then relax. Everything that makes you relaxed. The word relax. Mind, body, heart, spirit, soul, energetic, internally, externally, relax. And actually let yourself relax. Okay, as you breathe that in and you hold that in. And then blow it out. Everything that takes away anything, your relaxation, okay? And then calm. Everything that brings calmness into your life. Okay, that makes you feel safe and calm and secure and just all the beautiful things, okay? Breathe that in, hold it all the way down to your belly button. And then breathe away everything that takes away your calmness. All right, so you can repeat this as many times as you want. You can focus it in mentally, you can focus it emotionally, you can focus it on your external physical, your internal physical, your energetic internal and external. You can focus it in on your spirit, you can focus it in on your soul, wherever it is that you are needing it. You can use other words that you need. A single word, just a single word, like the word love, the word peace, the word happiness, the word prosperity. Simple, single words, okay? Give it a try. It's really good. But always start with calm, clear, and relax, okay? You just got to clear out the bullshit before you can call anything good in, okay? All right. So that will actually help a lot in refixing the disalignment and the energetic stress in your life, okay? It's getting hot. It's getting hot. And I'm still watching that smoke bellowing, and it's growing. It's growing. I'm not happy about that. Like, let's put the fire out. Like, could we please have some rain? Like, rain, please? And, like, torrential downpour on the mountainside, please. Having said that, it's been a long, long, long time since we've had a forest fire over on those mountains. There's a lot of dead brush, and it is so hot. Guys, it is so hot. We are literally baking this year. I'll have to show you, like I'll flip the camera around here in a little bit, like when we get done and show you the chaos. It looked like they had it out earlier. Like they almost had it completely out, like right after it started. There's like this one little like funnel of smoke coming up of dark forest fire. It just barely started. Well, it's like this big of a funnel coming up off the mountain. Just the other side of a mountain that's just down the valley from us. Anyway, okay, let's continue on. Okay, let's fix your energetic stress, right? Okay, so some of the best practices, as I was just guiding you through, that is that actually can be done as a form of cord cutting and boundary setting too, okay? Energetic detoxing, using Eureka or natural healing energy. Those are actually two separate things, but they're the same thing. It's a whole another ball of wax. That just depends on who you're talking about. Okay, so hands-on or hands-off Eureka, okay? Yes, Eureka can be sent through a screen. Would you like some? I'm just saying. Okay, chakra meditation. Exact same practice that we were just going through. All it is you focus in on those chakra points. Focus in on your root chakra, calm, clear, relax. Your sacral, calm, clear, relax. Your solar, calm, clear, relax. Your heart chakra, calm, clear, relax. Your throat chakra, calm, clear, relax. Your third eye, calm, clear, relax. Your crown, calm, clear, relax. You can also do that for your earth star and your soul star, okay? Just calm, clear, relax. And I like to generally add in re-energize, heal. Well, let me correct that just a little bit. So when I'm doing actual chakra work, after I go through and I calm everything down, I clear everything out and I relax everything, relax all the tension from it, all the stressor points in a chakra. Then I will go through, heal, rejuvenate, recharge. Okay, so that's the next step if you're going to be doing chakra work. All right, and you can do that with simple meditation. Just that when you get in bed, close your eyes and go calm. Go outside, put your bare feet on the ground, even if there's snow, whether there's sand, snow, rocks, grass, it doesn't matter what's out there, okay? Dirt, mud, go out, stand outside, close your eyes, morning or night, okay? Whichever one you are called to the most, this is a beautiful practice to do morning and night, okay? And you can do this anytime that you're just feeling stressed. All right? Chakra meditations, that is essentially the same thing. But you can also go into a deep meditation. Like here on YouTube, there are so many beautiful, amazing guided meditations, okay? Turn on some soft music or go to a guided meditation session that is for your chakras, okay? It's a beautiful practice, okay? You can also use crystal healing. So, y'all, crystals. They're freaking awesome. Smoky quartz is like a dialysis machine. Bleh. A dialysis machine. I love that analogy. Thank you, Bodhi. Because it's so accurate. Okay. So this like filters out all toxic, negative, like bullshit. Okay. You can use the point on a pointy crystal to focus that. Okay. So yeah, all the way through. Okay. Yeah. All right. If you're needing clarity, the clearer the quartz, the better. Okay, because this is an amplifier, which could possibly be why I'm so like, yeah, let's go do it. Let's get up and move, let's get up and dance, let's go on and have all the funky energy, man. Y'all are welcome. Okay, salt baths, so such as an Epsom salt bath. Oh, I like to sprinkle in some herbs or put like a little herb pouchy in there, light some candles, add some little candle magic, add a little aromatherapy, add in soft lights, like you turn the lights off and just have your candle light, just like the flickering, turn on some soft music. All of these things are really freaking great. Okay? Using mindful energy boundaries. We've got lots of episodes on boundaries, okay? Bloop. I am no longer willing to accept that in my life. I deserve better than that. You also deserve better than that, okay? So, visualization practices. When's the last time you went outside or you just found a nice comfy spot and just let yourself daydream? On purpose. Go daydream. Okay? Go daydream. Let your brain just disconnect from all the things and just go daydream. It's good. It's good. Really long. Like, y'all didn't know you were getting like a freaking masterclass today, right? Right? Like, I got a lot of notes here. So emotional stresses shows up with mood swings and tightness in your chest, shallow breathing, emotional reactivity. It blocks your manifestations by making it harder or more challenging or more difficult to feel worthy of anything good in your life. Okay? To feel worthy of being loved, feeling worthy of having any kind of emotional connection. In fact, it's even hard to even dream about it because you just don't feel as if you are worthy of such a beautiful, amazing thing in your life, okay? It blocks your manifestations because one of the biggest key to manifesting is emotions. If you are not emotionally sound and healthy, you're not emotionally dealing with the emotional turmoil happening in your life, I gotta throw a monkey wrench into everything. Alright? So the louder the emotion, the bigger the emotion, the more powerful your manifestation. So if your emotions are on the haywire, yeah, it's gonna screw it all up. It makes it so you can't see, like, properly see your what you're calling in. Okay? Alright, so practices for emotional stress is emotional journey. Pouring your heart out, letting the tears fall down your face, all the happy tears, all the very sad tears, all the really I'm so pissed off like tears. Put it out on paper, and if you need to, put it in the mailbox and mail it to yourself. Okay? If this is because of other people, especially other people that are no longer here or you no longer have an ability to connect with or to communicate with, take it outside. Read it out loud as if you were reading it to them, and then burn that baby. This is a really amazing practice, okay? Especially if you've had trauma in your life. And having said that, everybody's had trauma in their life. Please go get help. It's not a sign of weakness, okay? It is a tool ready for your utilization. Okay? All right? I'm serious. I'm serious. All right. So, emotional journey, journaling, therapy, and other supportive conversations Hi, how are you? I'm here for emotion. I'm here to support you in that. As your intuitive life coach, okay? I'm here to support you. If you need help, please reach out, okay? Remembering that I'm not a therapist, okay? I'm not a medical doctor either, okay? Keep that in mind. Okay, heart opening yoga. Yeah, yoga once again, baby. You can use yoga on like all the things. I only listed it once, okay? Okay, so there are different yogas, practices, just for your chakras, baby. Just for emotions. Just for your head, your crown. Just for releasing physical, muscular stress. Yoga's freaking awesome, guys. Maybe one day I'll start teaching you. He's freaking awesome. And also going through and doing forgiveness rituals and gratitude practices. Ooh, y'all, it's a good one. It's a good one. Like every day, give thanks for the things that you have in your life, okay? Seriously, give thanks for the fact that you have a roof over your head, that you have people in your life that love you, that care about you, that support you. Even if it is a distant best friend that lives on the other side of the freaking world and you feel like you're all alone, be grateful that you have that friend, okay? Be grateful you have food available, that you have water available, that you have heat available, or in some cases, AC. Be grateful that you've got the wind, you've got rain, you've got clouds, you've got the sun, you've got the moon, you've got earth outside that you can go connect with. Be grateful. List all the things that you are grateful for. This is a beautiful journaling prompt that you can do anytime. This is a beautiful practice to incorporate into your everyday life. To, at the end of the day, to truly list out and give true gratitude for every single thing you have in your life, and to forgive others, most importantly, yourself at the end of the day, for any wrongs knowingly or unknowingly done. Like the first time I heard that particular way of saying that, of like I forgive others, like past, present, future, knowingly or unknowingly, that have done wrong to me or I to them. Like this is my own way of saying it, was from a fellow creator and spiritual advisor that like just happened to pop up into my life. And like she goes by B. So B, if you ever happen to watch this, thank you very much. And you truly are a beautiful gal. A beautiful soul. Okay? Seriously, you're a beautiful soul. Thank you for that one particular little sentence. I forgive myself and I forgive others, knowingly or unknowingly, for any wrongs done. Okay? So it's so beautiful. Okay? But you also got to feel the damn thing too. Because if it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to mean it. Okay? Yeah, words have power, but they only have so much power. Okay? Alright, so physical stresses show up in your life with muscle tension, back pain, fatigue, weakness, and immunity disorders. Okay, if there's problems with your immune health, your gut immune health, or just your guts in general, because your entire immune system starts in your guts, okay? Which, funny enough, starts right here in your mouth. Are you chewing your food long enough and actually creating enough saliva to start the actual digestive system, to start the actual digestive process? How you swallow it is how it comes out. Like your teeth's job is to grind that food down into small enough particles that your digestive system can absorb the nutrients from it. There's just something to think about. Alright. So, this blocks your manifestations by draining your physical energy that really supports your spiritual work that you've been doing, okay? So the best practices, restorative yoga. Stretching, massage, warm baths, mindful, nutritional eating habits, exercise, stretching, consistent sleep, cycles, going to bed at the exact same time every night, and waking up at the exact time every single morning. Regardless if you have work or you got to go to school or anything else. The exact same time, morning and night, every day. Routines are incredibly important. Same thing with eating, having that regular eating routine in your life. Like, wake up at 6, do your workout, do your meditations, whatever it is that you need to do. This is like kind of like an ideal healthy life, like scenario that I'm giving you. Meditations and exercising, stretching, going for that walk, like setting your intention for the day, like hell yeah, doing yourself up, getting yourself ready for the day in a level of abundance and manifestation, because you want to manifest, you want to dress and be the manifestation that you're calling in. Something to think about, okay? All right. And then, like, say, breakfast at 8 o'clock every morning, okay? And then, like, you got to go do whatever it is that you have for the rest of the time, like sitting down and having lunch at, like, noon or 1 o'clock every single day. Having, like, stopping and having that afternoon snack break, whatever it is that you need. I personally really encourage eating more than 3 times a day, smaller meals, lots of rainbowy colors, all right, fresh natural foods and grains and all the things, okay? And then like dinner, like say dinner at 5, 6 o'clock at night, and then don't eat anything after that. Past that, it is water, it is tea. Like, you only drink 3 cups of coffee or 2 cups, 1 cup of coffee in the morning, or your tea, whatever it is that you drink in the morning. And in the evening, it's only herbal teas and water. No caffeine. No snacking. Those things will also help improve insomnia and getting your sleep in. Okay? Okay, now worldly stresses show up, like we were talking about this more towards the beginning, show up in financial strain in your life. Your job stresses, like you're bringing your work home with you. Do not bring homework. Okay? Homework, bad. Home life stays at home. Work life stays at work. School life stays at school. Okay? I know it doesn't always work out like that because we don't live in a perfect world. But that's the ideal scenario that we all want to shoot for. Okay? Because you kind of need to keep those all in like little separate like containers and rooms within our life. Okay? This also shows up with like just stress from your work, whether you're a student or you're a professional, whatever it is. We all have stresses that happen in our life because of our work, whether we love our work or we hate our work. It doesn't matter. We all have stresses that come from that, and it causes this constant need of rush and busyness in our life. Okay, all right. It also causes overstimulation from media and notes and noises and just the constant bombardment. Yo, words. The constant bombardment from everything around you. This can also form another form of overstimulation in your life, okay? So, this blocks your manifestations by filling your life up, filling your cup all the way up with all the noise and no space for your own creation, your own creative juices, your own world, your own dreams, your own hopes, your own hobbies and goals, and all the things that you truly want and need in your life that are true, okay? Not just the ones that we go, oh, I want that, and you don't actually want that kind of thing, okay? So it's going to fill up your cup. It's kind of like your cup overfloweth because it's already half full, and then you go to like get help or you go to learn things, but you already know all these things, but instead of going into it with a fresh new perspective, as the perspective of what could I learn from this if I took this as if this was the very first time I'd ever heard this in my life, okay? So you go in and you start learning the things, but you're coming into it with a half glass kind of full, like you already know this much, and it leaves like this much room in your brain to consume anything new. And then past that, you're just like, yeah, I've already heard this 1,000 times. Like, yeah, I already know this. I know this already. You ain't never heard it like you just heard it then. Okay? All right. And more often than not, we got to hear something 1,001 times before suddenly you're like, oh, I've heard that my whole life. That's what that means. Ooh, ho, ho, ho. That's a whole new perspective. That's like, wow. Like, brain blow, man. All right. So it blocks your manifestations because your cup is already too damn full and you've got too much on your plate. Your house is a freaking mess. Everything's cluttered. Like you can't even find your damn desk because of it's like overpiled. You're welcome. All right. So some of the best practices that you can do to relieve worldly related stress. Like we're not going to go into relationships and all those other types of stresses today because that is like just going through all the stresses, guys, could be an entire course if I were to go through and do every single segment and module of it. Okay. If you would like actually like that, let me know. I'm recording courses right now for you. So yeah, I'm going to tell you more about that in a second. Okay. So some of the best practices that you can do to relieve worldly stress is disconnect from it. Go out and have that dinner date, babe. Whether it's with a friend, go out with the girls, go out and have a guys' night, go like break out the cards, let's do some gambling, right? Have some fun. Whatever that fun is for you, go out and have that fun. Light up a freaking fire tonight. Maybe not, as I'm watching the fire like growing on the mountainside, but normally I would have a fire in the fire pit tonight. All right. So, you can do things like that. That releases you from old practices and helps call in the new. That helps clear out the trash. Clean your freaking house. Clean your freaking office. Go through your office. What projects are you never going to freaking do? How many things have you put in your office that you're like, I will fix that. I will get to that eventually. Go pick up that folder or that broken object, whatever it is, and go, am I going to actually fix this within the next week or within the next month? Like, and be honest. Be real with yourself. If the answer is no, chuck it in the garbage. If it's been sitting there for 5 years, it's not important, okay? All right? And if you're not actually going to get to it within the next month at the max, you don't need it. You don't need it. Clean house. Take the garbage out. Seriously. You'd be surprised like how many garbage bags physically that you remove from a premises. Okay? Simplify your routines, baby. Decluttering. Putting yourself on a real financial budgeting. Okay? Sit down. Go over your bank books. Where is all of your money going? Look at every single subscription that you see popping out of your bank account. And out of your Google and your Play and PayPal and all the things, okay? Yeah, okay? Go through every single one of your accounts and see where your money is going. Cancel those subscriptions that you don't use. Or do you really need that subscription? It's like $10 a month, and the last time you turned it on was like 3 months ago. And you paid like $30 for nothing. Like you could have just gone out and like burned $30 because you didn't even use it for the past 3 months, okay? So really go over your budget. Turn off all those subscriptions that you don't use. Do a little refinancing on your credit and on your credit cards and on loans. Really make things more manageable, and then go, okay, this is what we have left. This is what we make. This is what we still have going out. This is the grand total of our debt. All right, which one's the lowest? That has the highest interest rate. Let's double down on that one. You just saved yourself a whole bunch of money, like that $30, that $10 every month for that one subscription that you haven't used in 3 months, okay? Take that $10 that you're already spending, if it keeps you within a safe limit so that you can still pay your bills, buy groceries, have a little bit going into savings, pay that damn $10 towards that one credit card that's got the lowest debt. Okay? Or refinance that into a lower percentage loan. I'm just saying. Like I said, yeah, we talk about everything on the podcast. Like, there's no subject that's off limits here. Okay? We'll talk about your financials. We'll talk about your smexy life. We'll talk about your mental well-being, your emotional well-being, your spiritual well-being, your energetic well-being, your physical well-being. Hell, we get up and do exercises and we do stretching, and like we talk about foods and how they actually like fuel your body and different effects that they have. Like, guys, there's no subject that's off limits. We talk about relationships. We talk about all the things, because all of these things are a real part of your life. They're a real part of my life too. Okay? Having a dirty house. A dirty space clutters the brain. Okay? So take the freaking trash out. Alright? And that's going to help a lot with your mental stress, your physical stress, your sleep habits, your eating habits. It's going to help with a lot of things. Okay? Say no when you want to say no. Who needs to hear that again? It is okay for you to say no when you want to say no. Do not agree. Put that boundary in with yourself. I will no longer agree to do things I don't want to do. When I want to say no, I'm going to say no. And no is a complete sentence, by the way. It does not require explanation or defending yourself if you don't want to do the damn thing. Just go, no thank you. I'm just not interested right now. No thank you. That's just not really the right vibe for me. Whatever it is that you need to do. You can leave it as a simple no, or you can make it a little softer and have a little more tact with it. Or whatever you want to do. No is a complete sentence. No is a complete sentence, guys. Okay? No more overcommitting to things that you know you can't do, or you don't have the bandwidth, or you simply don't want to do the damn thing. It's going to end up being that one thing that you end up procrastinating on forever, and you're going to be like, I don't see you. You can't see me. I can't see you. Dear Lord, so me, I don't want to be here. Like, why did I agree to this? It's going to cause you a whole bunch of grief. Guys, just simplify it. Say no. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say no, and you are safe to say no. Okay? All right. Ground into nature. Yoga, stretching, meditation also are amazing. And once again, screen detox. Have tech-free days. No tech allowed. Go out into the mountains. Go to the beach. Go take a stroll through the freaking deserts. Okay? Deserts are fucking gorgeous. Okay? I'm just saying, they're gorgeous. So go do those things, okay? Now, as we're going through the rest of this week, tonight into tomorrow is a black moon. What a black moon is, if you've never heard what a black moon is, it means that we have had 2 new moons in the same monthly cycle. A black moon only happens like every two years, I think. Might be 3 years. It's somewhere between 2 and 3 years, okay? So it's just like a blue moon. A blue moon means that you've had 2 full moons in the same month, okay? And a blue moon is very rare also. It only happens once every 3 years. Just like the old saying, once in a blue moon, once every 3 years. Okay? It's the same thing with a new moon, okay? The black moon is the exact same thing, okay? But, being that this is a black moon, aka the witch's moon, because, of course, everything black is automatically associated with witchcraft, alright? Just saying, it's just kind of an automatic thing. Everyone's like, oh, it's a new moon, we gotta hide, all the superstitions come out, like, oh my god. Sorry, I gotta have a little fun. Alright, so, the blue moon is all about, not the blue moon, the black moon is all about that deep shadow work of really looking at the things that you are afraid of, the things that are really holding you back, the things that are really stressing you out, and releasing all that. Relaxing, resting, and releasing. There's a reason why this podcast is today. I'm just saying. All right. So releasing all of that is going to help set up the foundation of the entirety of the completion of this texture to this point. How cool is that? So if you release this toxic bullshit from your life that's been holding you back, the things that you've been too afraid to try because of old fears from yesterday or a month ago, last year, maybe clear back from when you were 2 years old. Release those old fears. Release the stress factors, the chaos. Okay? And just go, nope, it's in the past. I'm done with that. I'm not doing that again. Set those boundaries. Cut those cords. Do those burnings. Go through and do some saging. Like, seriously, sage and cleanse and clear out your home after you've done a deep house cleaning. Or at least took out the trash and the clutter from your home. Okay? The more you clean things up tonight and tomorrow, the bigger impact it's going to have on your life. Okay? Physically. In your physical world, okay? Take out the trash. Clean things up. Tidy it up. If you've got time, go through and do the mopping, the vacuuming, the sweeping. Of course, the sweeping. Like, wash your mirrors, wash your windows, redo any warts or seals that you need to do, heighten those back up, re-energize those things, go through and dust, remove all the cobwebs, put a little bit of salt in all the corners of your home to soak up and absorb any residual energies and even not so helpful spirits that you don't want around. Put them in the corner, let it sit, and then all you do is sweep it up. Like, if you need to remove things, go sweep it up and throw it out your front door. Not like from your door, but like take it out your door and throw it out. Okay? Now, having said that, this is salt, and salt sterilizes the ground, so be mindful of where you put that. Okay? Be mindful, because we don't want to hurt. We don't want to hurt nature, okay? We don't want to sterilize ground. But if you have a particular place where you really actually need things like cleared out, like you, instead of using like sprays and poisons, you can use salt. You can use that salt that you just removed all the crap out of your house with, okay? It's great. And now, here's why this is such an amazing practice right now, tonight. Because not only is that going to remove any spirit or any energies that are toxic, but you're also cleaning out the crap out of your house. You're getting rid of the dust. You're getting rid of the cobwebs. This is going to help on a physical level because you're not breathing that crap in. Okay? You're no longer breathing it in. And and visually, your brain will go, wow, this feels so nice in here. This is so clean. Like, it cleans out your brain because all those things have been piling up and it's been cluttering your brain, and your brain is overwhelmed. Even though you don't realize that you're looking at it and you're seeing it, it stresses your brain out. It will help lighten your heart because it opens and lightens the energy and the space inside your actual home, your office, your vehicle, whatever it is that you need to clean out, okay? It helps on an energetic level because as you're removing the crap out of your house, you're also removing those energetic ties that it has to you. It helps on a spiritual and a soul level. Exactly doing the same things, okay? It is decluttering you completely. Now, why the black moon is really amazing for this particular practice of cleaning house, taking out the trash, because it is all about shadow work. It is all about the things that have held us back in the past. Being that it's a black moon, meaning that it's a new moon. New moons represent new beginnings, okay? The new moon is transformation. It's new beginnings in transformations, okay? All right, so clearing space at the very beginning for a new moon is beautiful. That also shows the universe that you are not a half full kind of person. with your manifestations. So if it goes ahead and delivers you those manifestations that you need into your life, the manifestations that you're setting in place tonight for what you want the next month or this next year to look like, or the rest of this year to look like, you put the time frames on these things, set a date, be realistic, but push yourself, okay? Realistic, but push yourself, okay? Like, instead of just wanting to make the team, you want to freaking go pro, okay? All right? So, this cleans up space so the universe goes, oh, I see that you're getting rid of all this stuff. That tells me that you are ready to receive this, okay? You can harness it by journaling in your shadow journal, your shadow book, your however you want to do it. Also, if you're going to do a shadow journal, please also include a light journal. Okay, all things imbalanced, okay? Not everything in life is dark, heavy, and trying. You also have beautiful, amazing things. So this is the same practice, a very similar practice anyway, of practicing gratitude and forgiveness. Okay? Forgiveness is a dark shadow of the soul part again, and then gratitude is that light shadow soul of you, okay? Now, very last thing. Do you remember when I told you to dress and represent the real you that you are calling in? Dress the part that you're already calling in. Like, y'all, you're going up for that job promotion and you're going in for like this top position. You don't go in sports clothes. No, you put on like the actual get up and go, like I am a professional. You put that suit and that tie on. You do yourself up, right? Right? You look like a professional. You act like a professional. You talk like a professional. You think to yourself. The thoughts that you tell yourself are what a professional would tell themselves. Okay? So, one of my biggest secret keys to manifesting, especially when I'm working on dream life manifestations and calling in wealth and financial security, all these things into my life, like freedom and peace and just amazing fun into my life and play and space and time and energy to have that play. That's my jewelry, baby. My jewelry is my number one key. And if you didn't know this, now you do. I am a professional jewelry designer and maker. I make handcrafted jewelry. And y'all, I don't like jewelry that is trending. I don't like jewelry that is the run-of-the-mill that every Dick, Jane, and Uncle Joe Sam has, okay? I don't want to have... I am not the girl next door. Let's put it that way. And I don't want to look like the girl next door. Hell no. I am Crystal, okay? I am Crystal. And Crystal is spunky. Crystal is bold. She's a rebel. She is all of these things, okay? My jewelry represents that. Ooh. So like my choker, like I love this choker, and no, you can't have my choker. But I do have some others in the work. So I actually recorded a video earlier today. So check that out when you have a moment if you would like to learn some little traveling tricks on how to keep long, gorgeous chandelier earrings like this from getting all tangled up and messed up during traveling times and things like that. Because, baby, you're going to start traveling, okay? You need a vacation. Remember? We talked about that. You need a vacation. But also, when you start manifesting, it is a form of traveling, okay? So, dress to impress, baby. And those days when you wake up and you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to do today. I don't want to do today. No, I just don't want it. Like, okay, I just woke up, it clocked me out, I'm done, I'm going back to bed. I just don't want to do it. All right? Dressing to impress, doing yourself up, putting on those clothes that make you feel like the powerhouse that you are, whatever that is for you. Doing your hair, doing your makeup if you want to. Putting on some glam and glitter. All right. If you want to be the next millionaire, dress like it. And I'll tell you what, lots of jewelry. Lots of jewelry. Not only that, but you've got all of the metaphysical energies packed into that jewelry. And it's freaking amazing. It's amazing. All right. So you can use it to open up your chakras. You can use it to amplify your voice. Just like my crystals. Okay. All these things are freaking gorgeous. Okay. Gorgeous. All right. So check out that other video, because otherwise we're going to be here all day, because I can talk for hours and hours on the amazingness of styling yourself with just jewelry. If nothing else, like half the time, guys, I'm not gonna lie, half the time I don't even brush my hair. Like I do, but I don't. More often than not, like I'll just roll out of bed and I like pop a clip in my hair and I'm like, yeah, I'm good to go. Like that went up weird. Like this is like my favorite look. Like it keeps my hair off my neck and all the things, and frankly, it kind of looks a little bit on the sexy side, okay? It's like that rebellious, like fiery, feisty, like, yeah, like messy bun look. Freaking love it. All right. So more often than not, I just do that, or I just like flip a hat on, because just because, like I'm constantly playing with my hair, pulling it up. I'm constantly doing things with my hair, and that's another thing. I like to dye my hair. Now, there was a time I had to detox from dyeing my hair, because it became like a thing. Instead of it just being a part of like empowering me, it was more like I no longer felt comfortable in my own natural hair color. Same thing with makeup. Like I actually had I almost lost all my eyelashes, guys. Still to this day, very seldom will you ever see me with mascara on. And normally that's just because my older girls wanted to do me up and give me a makeover. And I'm cool with that now. But I had to detox myself from makeup because I didn't feel adequate enough without makeup on. And I'm finally at a point where I've come full circles around where I will put makeup on now, but I don't do it to impress you. I do it because I want to that day. And I don't care if I'm recording or what. Makeup has nothing to do with stopping me from doing that. But I had to get to a point where I was comfortable inside my own skin. And I'll tell you what, the thing that has always been with me the entire time is my jewelry. I always have at least one necklace on. Y'all, like I've got like all the crystals and columns and like the jaspers. Like that's just what I have on right here. I've got fire opals and I've actually got quite a few crystals around here. But your metals of those actual things, the things that like your cord is actually made of, has metaphysical properties too, which are all amazing. So start educating yourself. Educate yourself just a little bit. And I do have some stuff on the website too. Like if you look into the descriptions, I will tell you the actual metaphysicals of that jewelry and how you can use it, like what it's good for. Y'all, it's amazing. And every single piece is a one of a kind, okay? The majority of all of my pieces are handcrafted by me. Now, not all of them. Like, I do have time restraints, okay? So, there are a few pieces, like my metal plated or metal dipped crystal, metal, like gold or silver dipped gemstones. Those are like I have those pendants outsourced and done up for me because I can get it for such a cheaper price, and they can do it in mass quantities, and I can get it very timely, and they're gorgeous, they're amazing, they're unique, and they're different, and they're all these different things. And then I do the final styling of them when they get to my shop, whether I turn them into a choker, or I turn them into a necklace, or I turn them into a bracelet, or put them on some earrings. That is what I do in shop with the piece, like the pendant pieces that I actually source out. But most of it I make right here in shop with these very two hands, okay? Okay? Yeah, like seriously, like other than like these rings, like Like, these were some of my earlier pieces, and I freaking love this. Like, my stone fell out this one ages ago, and I don't care. I actually kind of like having the void in there. Like, I may put a stone back in there eventually, but right now, I like having that void. It's like, to me, it's empowering, okay? So I have certain pieces I seldom take off, and it's just, they're just kind of like my backup energy source if I need it, or cleansing or protecting, just that little extra, okay? It's amazing for manifesting, because what you're doing is you're empowering yourself from the outside to empower the inside. And I will tell you, there is a noticeable, amazing mass difference that happens from when you wake up and you look in the mirror and you go, I don't know people today. And then you go ahead and you put those clothes on that make you feel great. You put that jewelry on that makes you feel like $1 million. It doesn't have to cost $1 million. Like, none of mine does. Like my earrings range from, I got some that are under $100 to like $200. Like this choker, these chokers run about $400. And that's because they've got custom reclaimed, handcrafted, hand painted by yours truly, wooden jewelry boxes that I make up special just for them. And I have like the tarot that I pull for it, and then I make your special message in the picture right there on the box. Like, it's freaking gorgeous. But they take a long freaking time. It takes like a whole day to make one of these, or longer. And then the box itself, just timeline frame, takes an entire freaking day, but it's actually spanned over several days because you have dry time in between. Anyway, y'all, go check out the shop, okay? Seriously, go check it out. Like, we got some really cool pieces in there. So, mildartistry.com. Go check it out. I'll put the link down below. You can also get to it through my bio. You can just simply put mildartistry.com in your search bar, and it will take you there. You'll get there faster if you actually put https -- dot whatever, like the first part of like your web address, okay? hpttps / okay? All right, y'all, thank you so much for coming and joining me. I know you didn't expect a masterclass today. I have warned you in our reels, if you happen to see the reels on our other social media channels, and in the post right here on YouTube. Y'all, I hope you enjoyed today. And there's a reason why I gave you this master-like class on stress, identifying your stress, noticing how it blocks your manifestations, and how it like manifests in your body, and real practices that you can use to get rid of that. Because you're going to do the exact same thing as like we were talking with finances. Which one is the smallest? And which one has the highest impact in your life, and work on that one first, and then continue up and double down each time on the next one, putting that same energy, that same effort, that same time into the next stress factor, so that you can truly relax, so that you can truly put out into the universe the manifestation of your dreams. And the universe will be able to actually deliver it to you because you freaking cleaned house and you took out all the trash. Okay? There's a reason why I did more of a master style class today, and that is because I am opening on Monday life coaching courses that you can come take from me to help empower you, to truly walk you through. So it's broke down into, on average, about 20-minute long video segments that you do one day at a time. Okay, I am still recording these, okay? This is still in the practice, or not in practice, but in the works. I am opening early bird enrollment into some of these courses, including our fall time bread course that we have been running for the past 3. I can't remember if fall time's bread, if this will be the third or the fourth launching, the like cohort, yeah, words are no longer wordy, of the full-time breads. But this is where I take you into my kitchen. We're all dressed up. Like, I've got my witchy costumes on. I've got like my, like in some of them, it's like a full pirate, sometimes a steampunk. We literally dress up for the fall time and have all the fun, because let's let that inner child come out and play. And I teach you how to handcraft homemade wheaten breads. And they're freaking delicious. And then you get all that bread meditation in there. You're getting a physical exercise. We go through all, like, so many things in that course, okay? But we're also extending and opening our life coaching programs and courses starting on Monday. So if you want to get in at the lowest price of this year, and for some of these, this is the first launching of them, they will never be this price again. And after I officially open the doors and the course is released to you, the price is going up, baby. Some of these courses go up $100, $200 to $300 after the early bird enrollment ends. So check it out now. Save yourself some money. You've got this. Invest in yourself, okay? So swing over to the website, mildartistry.com. Get yourself some empowerment through jewelry and cool rocks and fossils and all the fun things. Get enrolled, early bird enrollment into some of the courses that are currently opening on Monday. All the things. If you have any questions, just message the website, okay? So it'll, like, I only message through my website. All right, guys? So if you have any questions, message the website. Make sure you get on our email list while you're there, okay? All right, I love you, babes. Y'all have an amazing day. Enjoy the black moon and the releasing and the detoxing of life and stress. Go have some fun this weekend, okay? That is your assignment after you do all the other worky clean up, dusting, like work. Go out and play afterwards, okay? Go have some fun. All right, this is Crystal with Mild Artistry here on What's Your Question Podcast. And I can't wait to see you in class. And I can't wait to see you next week as we dive into more questions. If you have a question that you would like answered, a real live deep question, drop it down below. Okay? Because these questions come straight from you guys. All right, I love you. Bye. All right, y'all. Here's the forest fire update as to where it's sitting at right now. Like, y'all, get my zoom going the right way. Look at that thing, man. Look at the thing. Like, on my other camera, you can actually see the flames coming up. Like, you can kind of see the glow of it right there towards the middle of the smoke coming up. But yeah, y'all, I watched that start up while I was recording this, and just a little poof, just a little poof. I went, oh shit, because y'all, it's been so freaking dry this year and so insanely hot. Y'all, it's freaking nuts. So they had the first plane dumping on this within the first 30 minutes of it starting. Like, the fire wasn't there, and then it was there. Maybe just this little trickle of a smoke coming up that was a bit more than just a campfire. We'll put it that way. And they almost had it out the first hour. In the first hour, like, they were on top of it. They had the firefighter, like, they were airdropping firefighters out there, and they had the planes out there within the first 30 minutes already actively fighting this fire. And yeah, so that's like, that's impressive. Like, I'm just saying, that's impressive. Like, shout out to our local firefighters and to everybody that is pitching in. So at the last count, about maybe an hour ago, before the smoke became so thick that you could no longer make out anything at all, I counted about 8 planes. I don't think I double counted, but there were 8 planes circling and dumping on that, especially hitting that ridge, because that is when the first flames came up over the ridge, and they were on top of it, man. They are like busting ass trying to put that out. Unfortunately, though, we haven't had a breath of wind this whole morning, almost the whole afternoon, until 2:30, and then suddenly this little breath of wind came through. Nothing big down here on the valley floors, but up there in those mountains, that's a pretty high elevation, guys. Let me back you off and give you a little better. Yeah, up there on the top, like, those winds are going like crazy. They've been dumping and refueling from every direction all the way around. We've got great big natural lakes. They're hitting the lakes. They're hitting the rivers. They're they're hitting all over. They're going to Idaho side, because we're right here on the Wyoming-Idaho border. Like, the mountain ridge is almost the Wyoming. Like, over this way, that's Idaho. Like, from the top of that ridge over is Idaho. So we're right here on the ridge line. So, like, they're bouncing over towards Soda Springs. They're dipping out of Dry Creek. Well, not Dry Creek, but Cottonwood. They're dipping out of somewhere up northwards of here. Like, there's quite a few places that they're dipping out of. But they've had, like, the retarding, like, dumps going. They've got water dumping. They've been dumping like crazy on it. They're troopers, man. They're doing awesome. But that little breath of wind, and right now, y'all, just having a hot exhaust on your vehicle, like a hot engine, and you pull up on those mountain roads, like, all it takes right now is just stopping your car for just a second too long and being too damn close to the grass, and that grass is gonna, like, pop. Like, it's just poof. Like, one little spark from a fire, one little, like, spark from a cigarette or something like that, something sparking on your vehicle, this stuff starts fires, guys. And, like, in this country, we are so hot and dry this year. We've been abnormally hot and abnormally dry. Thank God we had some rain come through, like, over this past week, but still, like, you can see just in my hayfield here, this little bit right here, like, that's just a freaking tinderbox. My neighbor's field, he's got his water going constantly, and it's not bright green. He's having a hard time just keeping his hay alive this year. So, yeah. Alright, now I normally would not have included this on, like, the podcast or something, but I've literally been watching this the entire time I've been doing the podcast. Because, okay, well, not the entire time, but since I went, oh crap, hey, and now we got a forest fire popping up. I would not have added this in if I had not mentioned something on the, like, during my recording. If this had not started when I was not recording, I wouldn't have said anything. But I don't want you guys to worry. Like, right now, it's not a huge fire, but we are a tinderbox right now. The mountains are a tinderbox. Everything is dry as all hell. It has been hotter than crap. The valley floor right here is a tinderbox. And that is the very directions storms roll over this valley. So, prayers, not to scare anybody, but prayers, please, man. And yeah. But in some aspects, it's been years and years since we've had a forest fire on those mountains right there. like that particular location, I cannot remember there being a fire. Not on that side of the mountain. So it is densely forested. It is densely overgrown. There's so much brush that like you almost have to use like a machete to whack through it. And then you've got those big grassy meadows out there. And there's not like there is a lot of water up there, but it's not like, they're just like little tiny creeks, like little tiny streams, man. So that doesn't do a whole lot to stop a fire starting, especially when you add that little breath of wind. But here's the thing with fire. Fire is destruction, but it's also rebirth. And having that start literally just before the black moon. And I've honestly been waiting for years for those mountains to go up, y'all, because like I said, it's really, really forested thick. But from this fire, new life will come. And yes, we will be safe. We have measures in place that if the event comes that we need to get up and like get going, we can do that. So, hopefully not, because I don't really want to move my family back into my camper. But I don't want to move my family, try to load up my dogs, especially when my girls are in heat, and I still got to get buddy bags. That could be a problem, but we'll figure that out. Loading all the kitty cats up, now that could be a different one. Y'all, I've turned into the crazy cat lady, and I don't know exactly how or when that happened. Well, I kind of do know when that happened, but we have quite a few animals here. Fortunately, they're all small ones, and we do have kennels that we could like massively pack them into if we needed to, and to get them out of here safely too. But y'all, be smart, okay? And keep yourself safe. Like we've got floods happening in some areas of the country. We've got forest fires. Like there's quite forest fires here in Wyoming. So yeah, be safe, okay? Be safe, my friends, and just be prepared. Don't worry, like everything will work out exactly as it needs to. Not always the wonderfulest, but it will work out exactly as it needs to. So, y'all, give yourself some grace. Put a few provisions in. So for all my locals, get a few provisions together. Make sure you've got like food and water for yourselves, for your animals. Make sure that your vehicles are ready to go if you need to go, and have things in place so you can load your animals up really fast if you get that call of, hey, we gotta go. Just put a few things in place, okay? Just saying, because like that's seriously not very far from my house. As the bird flies over those mountains there, that's about another 4 to 5 miles from my house. So I am watching that. I am watching that, but we will be just fine. Ugh. And since that started up, the flies been buzzing around my head like crazy. I'm like trying to like swat them away. I'm like, go away. Like they're trying to find safety too. So anyway, y'all, be safe. And I love you. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you for any prayers that you send this way. We could really use some rain magic. Just saying. Like we've got some dark clouds starting to pull in this way, but there's not jack shit coming over where we actually need it. We need rain right there. Right there. Like I would love some here too, but right there. Rain right there, please. Rain spirits, please. And wind, please don't come in just yet. So fortunately, like it's just barely a breath of wind, but that is enough, especially up high, to really fan things. So as long as we don't get some strong winds, we'll be okay, guys. So I love you guys. Peace out.